Welcome to The Buzz. It's the lifestyle edition of The Buzz. This Thursday afternoon, the 7th of December 2023. Welcome everyone. Thanks for tuning in. Of course, you know, Thursdays we talk family, we talk relationship, we'll talk marriage, we talk parenting, we talk finance, we talk money, we talk everything. Everything that has to do with our lifestyle is what we discuss on Thursdays on The Buzz. And today, the topics are quite interesting. We all know that Nigeria as a country is currently experiencing an alarming rate of youth unemployment. And this has also led to an increase in cyber crimes and the Nigerian youth. All right, we're talking about the dangers of cybercrime, you know, not just to the youth of Nigeria, but to the country at large. And of course, this note of warning was sounded by the Efcc chairman, who says that 7 out of 10 Nigerian students are involved in cybercrime. That figure is really, really alarming. Anyways, welcome again to the program. My name is Patience, and as always, I'm excited to be here. And I'm being joined by my guests this afternoon. Of course, the class prefect herself, she's in class today. Pastor Dolly of the Most High Jesus, like I call her. She's a minister of God. She's also an author, and to her credit, she has 2 published books now. Beneath the Glamour and Generational Blessings. And she's also an award-winning gospel artist. Plus, she sits here at the table as a marriage and relationship counselor. Good afternoon, Pastor Dolly.
Good afternoon, Patience.
You look dollarized. It's good to have you here.
Thank you. It's always nice to be here.
Always nice to have you. Welcome. And of course, I have Mr. Raphael Malik on the show this afternoon, all right? For obvious reasons. That's because what we're discussing is in his terrain. He is a data analyst. He is an IT guru. Anything that has to do with information technology, that's your plug. All right? And he usually joins us here on Thursdays until recently. But today we are borrowing him again. Good afternoon to you, Mr. Raphael Malik.
Good afternoon.
Thank you for coming on the show.
Thank you for inviting me again.
You're welcome, sir. Okay, welcome viewers. The number to use will be on the screen shortly. Please do good to use that number to interact via text messages only. And don't forget, you can watch Galaxy TV and this program live on Twitter. All right, just search Galaxy TV and you're right there. Also, you can download the Galaxy Television app and you don't need to miss a thing. Having said that, let's go straight into our program this afternoon. Now, according to the EFCC, 7 out of 10 Nigerian students are involved in cybercrime. All right, the EFCC chairman sounded this note of warning, and he actually called on the Nigerian media, all right, to actually take this upon themselves, not just to create awareness by just reporting the stories, but to also create programs that will sensitize the Nigerian youth on the dangers of being involved in any form of cybercrime. All right, so I did mention that Mr. Malik is here for that reason, because he is very IT, techie savvy. All right, so he might want to take us through how something that's supposed to be so good, that's supposed to be for the benefit of mankind, you know, can turn ugly and become almost like a pandemic in our society. So, Mr. Malik, let's talk about this issue of cybercrime. So, first of all, I'd like you to break it down for us. What is cybercrime? What are the things you can do online that can be classified as a cybercrime?
Well, everything and anything that's illegal could be set up as cybercrime. When you post illegal content, when you send a link that can activate a dangerous activity on my phone or my system, when you send me a link that makes you have access to my system without my permission.
You hack. When you hack, that's the word you use, right?
Yes, so that's hacking. When you send me a link and you tell me click on it to take a benefit. But behind the scene, you are accessing my data, my system, my phone, That's hacking. Those are things that you could call cybercrime. And other things, a lot of things happen on that platform. It's wide and almost like unlimited things that you can do. Somebody collected a participant phone on an exhibition for just 10 seconds. And by the time we return the phone to the person, the person could access everything on the person's phone.
Wow.
It was even on the display for everybody to see.
More like it
just
cloned the phone.
Collected the phone for 10 seconds.
10 seconds.
Type something in and return the phone. That was all. They were displaying everything on that man's phone while the phone is in his hand.
Wow.
So technology can be that vast. Okay. So yes, those things are designed, programmed to be able to monitor, control excesses of people doing unnecessary things online. Okay. But you see, the day me and you have access to such platform, we can use it for the negative side. Especially when they are almost like unlimited opportunity in that thing. But part of the reason why those things are there, if we mention them, it should give our authorities areas to be able to, mitigate, put things together to prevent such things to happen. Because it's vast and it's global.
Is it preventable?
To an extent,
okay.
Yes.
All right.
Because prevention, like you said, is the best way to look at it. For example, till date, people are still getting calls that this call from your bank. That is cybercrime. But if we are able to reach out to the grassroots people that when such calls come, be careful. And 99% of the time, the bank will never call you for such information.
Exactly.
No, so that's a preventive ways.
Okay. All right.
When you push those information out, it makes people to be aware.
All right. We'll come back and talk a bit more about preventing cybercrime, as it were. Now let me go to Pastor Dolly. You are not an IT expert, but you own a phone, and I'm sure you've had like some brushes or some experiences, with all of these young dudes who do all these things and all that. Well, what has been your experience with this kind of young people so far, and what exactly is your view on the Nigerian youths? The number of Nigerian youths who are actually involved in cybercrime. How does that make you feel? But I'll have to let you hold on for a minute. I'm getting signals it's time for us to take a commercial break. We'll take that break and then we'll get back. Don't go away. Staying with us. All right, we're still looking at Nigerian youth and cybercrime. All right, so Pastor Dolly, let's talk.
When the Efcc, they are experts in that area, and through their investigation, they've been able to discover 7 out of 10. And you use the word is a pandemic. For me, I want to say it's really a pandemic that we have 7 out of our youths that are involved out of every 10 that is involved in cybercrime. Asking if I've had experience with them, I can say several experiences with them. One of the things that has helped me as a person to be able to not to fall a victim of their antics is because I, for one, I'm not the one that want to buy one and get 2. Because a lot of people that fall victim of their stuff, because even you yourself, you want to reap where you did not sow. So at the end of the day, the little you have, they'll just take it and add to their own, And so one need to also be very smart, like he said. There are messages that are sent to you. Don't be quick to click. You don't just click it. Especially these days that we know that you click anything can happen. So why would you be clicking without investigating what you have been asked to click, site you have been asked to open? Have you investigated thoroughly to see that it is safe for you to go this way? Because a lot of these people can be very, very funny. Funny in the sense that they can go to any extent. There was one that called me, told me my son's name, his middle name, and everything, and told me where we live, when we moved into that place, our new house, and everything, told me everything about it. And then he said he had a business proposal. He has been given eternal memo, that's the word he used, in one company in MTN in Abuja, blah, blah, blah. Then I started asking, what is internal memo? You don't even know what you are saying. You did not go and ask them very well that this person you want to call, she may understand English small. So she will know that this thing you're saying doesn't make sense. Another one sent me a card of 2,000 naira card, and I was telling me to return, to send money, that he mistakenly sent it to my phone. I should send him the 2,000 naira back.
I have experienced that.
And I'm like, I'm a pastor. Since you have sold it to my ministry today, let me pray for you.
That's a good one.
And the guy, no, you have to return. I said, okay, now what you are telling me to do, I don't even know how to do it. I don't know how to use phone to send card. I don't know how to use phone to send money. So what do you want me to do? The best you can collect from me now is prayer. Because I can't return. I didn't ask me to send. And he became angry. I was cursing and cursing. I said, I shall have got you in this one. You dashed me 2,000.
But did he actually send you?
Yes, I saw the credit came in. I saw the credit card.
Wow.
Yes, I saw the credit card, 2,000 naira. I said, thank God, maybe God spoke to you that I need to renew my data.
Totally different from the one I
Different models they've used.
They call it formats.
Different formats. There is one that sent and said my brother's wife in Canada used his phone. They hacked into our WhatsApp and sent me a message. You needed to give 100,000 to somebody in Nigeria. No. And one thing, I'm very careful. I will look at the tone of what you wrote to me. I look at the tone, say, good afternoon, just like that. And that lady, my younger brother's wife, can never say good afternoon. She would have said, good afternoon, Mama. Mama is everything. There is no way she can even. I said, okay, let me call you back. I need to call you back. And he sent a message, I shouldn't call. He's in a very busy place. He can't take my call. I dialed the number. He declined the call because he cannot take. So I knew something was up. Before you know it, my niece called me that this same person. I said, this one is 419. I've already replied him. I told him to send the account number that he wants me to send money to. He sent the account number. And I replied him that I know what you're doing. This will not help you. You need to stop. And all that. So we know that this is a lot of ways they use to scam people. And it's so unfortunate that we have that percentage of our youth being involved in that. And they say an idle mind is the devil's workshop. What happens is that because there is no job anywhere, which is not an excuse anyway. I don't like making excuses for what is wrong. But they just go around, nothing to do. The next thing is that they go into cybercrime. I learned some mothers will even buy laptop for their children. They take them to these boys that are, if you like, gurus in it, and they are telling them, teach my child how to do things like this. Forgetting that there is nothing one does in this life that doesn't have repercussion. Because when you are doing that, you are causing somebody else pain. Somebody labored all his life for something, got his pension. You hack into his account, you remove that pension, and you want your tomorrow to be good. How will it be good? There is always consequence for everything one does. Whether you do good, you do bad, you can't go without reaping what you sow. I think our youth really need to rethink and redirect their attention. Because like now, we are talking about technologically advanced countries. The technological sense they have, they convert it into something good. That's why we're seeing development in their countries. I'm not saying that it's limited to Nigeria, but when we say 7/10, it's that's outrageous for a country, you understand? So that is the problem that is scary, really. So I think that means our people are not dull. That means they are intelligent. But the intelligence has been converted to something negative. Why don't they use it positively? You will still make the money if you use it positively to develop things, to invent things that the world will also buy from us.
Thank you, Pastor Johnny. What makes it all the more scary is the youth of today. Everything you're saying is just entering into one ear and going out the other way, because they just see it as the only way out for them. Especially with the way the economy is today and all that. I mean, the other day it was in the news, Efcc went on a university campus to arrest, boys that were involved with cybercrime. I don't want to call it yahoo yahoo. Do you get, like, even those who are in the institutions of learning, they are also into, or people are doing it. We seem to think it's only boys. A lot of young ladies too are into cybercrime. They do so many things. Sometimes they're the ones that canvasses. They have names they call.
They make the calls.
Yeah, they make the calls. They speak with an accent with their clients. They're the ones sometimes that do the pickup.
Yeah.
You know, when Maga fall, they go. You know, so a lot of young ladies too are so involved. So the number is scary, and it's getting out of hand. And we are also very quick, you know, to put this at the doorstep of unemployment. I know we have the problem of youth unemployment, but then should that be a reason? Should that be justification for the youth of today to embrace cybercrime? Plus, what should we be telling the parents? What should the parents be looking out for? What should they be doing in handling the young ones? Because these are the future, the leaders of tomorrow.
I think there's a gap in here that is bridging, you know, that's actually building this trend. The gap within the current parents and the youth is so vast in terms of technology. You want to tell a parent that is not fully, you know, aware of what technology is to prevent the child from going to cybercrime. It's almost like impossible. Because truly, when you even mention the part of no job, there are vast jobs online.
Yeah.
Legal jobs online. So you can't say because of that is people should not go to, you know, online business or online career pursuits. The fact that you are sitting down there, you have opportunity to go to the right way or the wrong way. Do you understand? So advising your children to even go into tech, very important, very good, because there's vast opportunity to sit down there and do work and do business. But I can tell you for free, the opportunity in cybercrime is as much as preventing it itself. I mean, all over the world, because technology is advancing, today the bank might have upgraded their app version. So you're having issue with your app. You can't engage, you can't transact. Because they out there, they know that that particular bank app is having issue. They capitalize on it instantly. Because you're having issue, they will call you. Oh, we are from this bank. We know we are upgrading our app and we know you're having issues. But by the time they tell you what is currently happening,
you fall.
Well, that might be because they have insider.
No,
in the bank.
No, they too are using the app.
They are always online.
They too are using the app. You know, and they are seeing the issues actually happening on their own phone. So they capitalize on it. So the fact that technology is advancing, they are upgrading, they are changing things. You are still in your century and you are not catching up. So they take that, use the opportunity of that gap to catch anybody in the world. There are people, so many people in the world that are so uninformed about what technology is doing in our financial world, in our business world, in every aspect. So they take that space of ignorance that most people have to capitalize on that. And that's why that space is so, let me not use the word profiting. The opportunity there is vast because of the lack of information people have about technology. So the day you decide to start using an Android phone, you have decided to expose yourself to that vast vulnerability. So there's so much to look at in this thing. How do we close the gap of ignorance of people that are not aware? Exactly. But it's all over the world. They scam the white, they scam the black, they scam everybody. So it's not that some people in the developed country are well informed than us. They too, they fall victim. You understand? So this thing starts from there. Now, if you are going to say no job, the fact is that there are jobs online. How do we make sure because there are places where you can study hacking legally, and you are not permitted to use it illegally. You understand? So these are opportunities that are there. But how are we decided to do with what we have? When we, the leaders, are not showing a good example to the children, you make money to be the definer of everything. Money defines things. So why wouldn't they look for it with every opportunity they have? So when we say cybercrime, can we, in our own little way, prevent that the use of it? I can relate to that aspect that you mentioned. If you are greedy, you become vulnerable. If they tell you, oh, we are calling you from this Fizzy company, we are doing promo, you have won something, when you know you didn't participate in any competition, how did you win?
Or you won a raffle draw, when
you
know you didn't
so
buy
those are the
anything.
things that also fuel
Exactly.
that space, the desire, the greed, the longing to get something that.
Sorry, Mr. Malik, let me interject at this point. I agree with you that there is a huge gap, between the parents and these Gen Zs.
Definitely.
And the millennials too. They are involved in all that. So, but then, is there a soft landing anywhere for the parents? Where should we at least start from?
Okay.
Looking out for this young one.
Make it simple. I think the desire to learn something new will also be a very good way, to give yourself a soft landing. For example,
you as a parent.
You as a parent.
Okay.
For example, they said, go and do your name. You say, what do I need it for? Go and do your any government card or registration. You say you don't need it. By the time it comes up and with an issue, you become vulnerable. That is one way of learning. So if you open yourself to learning things that are advancing, it keeps you at the edge to be able to advise your younger ones or your children that things are going this way. Manage it.
So don't be totally ignorant of what's going on. As a parent, update yourself. Keep updating. Okay.
Apart from updating yourself as a parent, like it is said in the Bible, when you train up a child in the way it will go, when it's old, it will not depart. Apart from parents actually not having an idea of what their children are involved in terms of technology, because they don't know anything about technology. But even then, like I just said, I heard some parents, they don't know anything that is called laptop, how to use it. But they bring out money to buy it for their children. They know the other person is into fraud. And they send their children to go there to go and learn work.
Are you sure they know?
So they know. They know. So it's not an idea of not knowing what they are involved in.
It's online job.
It's an idea of, okay, people are greedy. Even parents, when their children are bringing money, they don't know where it comes from. It doesn't matter to them. Of course, we heard of, there was one that was online some time ago, a young man that joined, aided by the mom to take his girlfriend to somewhere. They went to butcher the girl, and the mother and the boy ate the part of the heart of that girl. So the mother was involved. He knew what the son was into. He knew what the son wanted. She even encouraged her son to be involved in such wicked acts.
That is the greed you were talking about.
Yes, that is the greed.
Everybody's greedy now wants to make money.
Yes, and people worship money. If you train your child not to worship money, he will not go out and worship money. This person has. This person is this. Some parents will even tell their children, look at your mate. Your mate is already riding this car. In the same time with this person. And go and ask how he's making his money. You are just here, you're not doing anything. Things like that can provoke a child to go and get himself involved in such evil acts. So we need to really look inward as parents. What kind of children are we giving to the society? What kind of advice do we give to our children? How are we raising children? Are we raising children that will worship money, or children that will know their limits in getting things? Children that want to get it at all costs? Because even whether we like it or not, I will not live in a society where corruption is everywhere. Do you understand? That is another form of corruption that we're seeing. These children are learning from the older ones. The older ones, they've set that pace of worshiping money. So the younger ones comes, they feel that, that is the only way to be respected in this country. Meanwhile, in other climes, people are using the same system to develop their country. To invent things that they can export. Instead of us using this wisdom we have, this technological advancement we have, to invent things we can export, invent knowledge we can export or what have you, But our people are using it to do fraud. Let me tell you, some people will even say, it's white men, they are defrauding. They enslaved us, so we are taking back what they stole from us. It doesn't make sense. Like I keep telling people, if we stay here, we keep blaming white men, we can never move forward. Who was selling the slave? Were they carrying the slave for free? Were people not selling their children? They will give you mirror and you sell your child for mirror. So why should you blame the buyer when you were the one selling? It doesn't make sense. By the time we realize that America is the greatest country on earth today and all that, they were colonized. They are greater than the country that colonized them. So what excuse do we have? We don't have any reason not to do it, to be blaming others and thinking that we need to defraud them. We must understand the same God that created us is the God that created the white. So when you defraud the white, you will still bear the consequence.
Well, they're defrauding us here too.
Yes,
So
they are.
Well, whichever way it comes, whichever way it comes,
they come in using different formats.
whichever way it comes, whether they defraud us, we defraud them, there is consequence.
Yeah.
All right, so here we are again sounding the alarm on this issue of youth involvement in cybercrime. According to the Efcc, 7 out of 10 Nigerian students, okay, students that should be in school studying, 7 out of every 10 are involved in cybercrime. I mean, this is something for us all to actually take a moment, pause, and think on how we can all begin to do better in terms of training our children aright, leading them aright, and showing by example, that certain things are just not right. All right, cybercrime. Have you seen someone involved in cybercrime and then the person had success for up to 10 years? No, I haven't seen. No, 5 years maximum. No.
Yes.
One day you will be caught, and then you will face the full extent of the law.
Apart from being caught, you cannot even sustain it now.
Go and ask for shopping. He'll tell you how do you even sustain a wealth?
You cannot.
Wealth that has no source, it has no foundation. Okay, that's why they spend the money, they squander it anyhow. It's all about hotels, women, and they buy
they're hiding
fast cars. Yes, they're always hiding, so they're always squandering. You can't do good, and you can't live your life like that. Something needs to be done. I think that there's got to be an intervention for Nigerian youths on this issue of unemployment. Still, it's not a justification to do illegal things, but then the youth of Nigeria needs to be engaged. Over 66 million Nigerian youths are just there doing nothing. You wake up in the morning, buy one sachet of herbal/alcohol drink. I don't want to name names, we all know them. And then they head to the next betting shop, and then they go and bet 100 naira, 200 naira, and then they go back home. When they go back home, it's now time for the laptop. And that is it. We can't continue like this as a people and as a nation. We've got to do better. Okay.